Hello, Amos.
Amos? That's right, Mr. Flynn. You got my name right. Amos.
Amos, when did you file suit for divorce?
About a month ago.
Was there any reason at the time?
I'll tell you. The newspapers reported that Roxy is expecting a little stranger.
It's hardly grounds for divorce, is it?
A little too much of a stranger, Mr. Flynn.
Oh, so you mean you doubted the paternity of the child?
Well, sure.
Tell me something, Amos. You share a bed with your wife.
Yes, sir. Every single night.
You expect this jury to believe that you slept next to this woman every night without exercising your rights as a husband.
Well, I could have if I wanted to.
But you didn't.
No, I did.
Did what?
Want to.
But you didn't.
Didn't what?
What you wanted.
Oh, you're confusing me.
Tell me, Amos. Did you ever question Roxy herself? Did you ask her if you were the father?
No, sir.
No. But if you became convinced that you were wrong, you'd be man enough to admit it, wouldn't you? You'd be willing to take her back if she swore that you were the father. Which she does.
She does?
She does? She does! No more questions! You can step down now! Well done, Andy!
Andy. Roxy, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Roxy Hart finally takes the stand in her own defense.
Order! Proceed, Mr. Flynn.
Thank you, Your Honor. Roxy, here I have a statement in which you admit having an illicit relationship with the deceased, Fred Casely. Is it true or false?
I'm afraid that's true.
You're an honest girl, Roxy. When did you first meet Fred Casely?
When he sold Amos and me our furniture.
Your personal relationship with him, when did that start?
When I allowed him to escort me home one night. I don't suppose I would have done that hadn't Mr. Hart and I quarreled that very morning.
Quarreled?
Yes.
And I suppose it was his fault.
Oh, no, sir, it was my fault. I suppose I couldn't stop pestering him.
Pestering him?
Mm-hmm.
About what?
I didn't like him working these long hours at the garage. I wanted him home with me, to iron his shirt and darn his socks. I wanted a real home and a child.
So you drifted into this illicit relationship because you were unhappy at home?
Most unhappy.
Roxy Hart! The state accused you of the murder of Fred Casely. Are you guilty or not guilty?
No, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. I shot him, I did. But I'm not a criminal. I'm not a criminal.
Roxy.
Thank you.
Do you recall the night of January the 14th? And could you please tell the jury, in your own words, the happenings of that night?
Well, Fred came over, and I told him the good news.
And what was that?
That Amos and I were having a baby, and that it was all over between us.
What happened next?
Well, then...
Did he threaten you, Roxy?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is leading the witness here.
Sustained.
What did Casely say when you told him the news?
I'll kill you before I see you have another man's child.
And could you please tell the audience, the jury, what happened next?
Well, then, in his passion, he tore off my robe, and he threw me on the bed, and Mr. Hart's pistol was lying there between us.
And then?
And then we both reached for the gun, but I got it first. He came towards me with this funny look in his eyes. He was angry and wild.
Wild!
Wild!
Did you think he meant to kill you?
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir.
So it was his life or yours?
And not just mine. I closed my eyes and I shot.
In defense of your life?
To save my husband's innocent unborn child.
Roxy!
Order! Order! Order in this court. I will clear this court if necessary.
What a bullseye, huh?
There's pandemonium in this courtroom.
Order! Bailiff!
Mrs. Hart's behavior throughout this ordeal has been truly extraordinary.
Huh, yeah, I bet it has.
Opening her eyes, she fans herself with her Tony's handkerchief.
Handkerchief?
The poor child has no relief. She looks around, bewildered, seeming to want something. Oh, it's a glass of water.
Oh, Mama, that was my bit. I told Billy I was going to do that at my trial.
But now, her eyes flutter wildly, and she, Mrs. Hart, has fainted again.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. She slumps over, her chiffon dress up around her knees, revealing a glance of a blue garter with a rhinestone buckle.
Mama, she stole my garter. Oh, she stole my garter.
Don't break my radio!
Jeez. First, this love steals my publicity. Then she steals my trial date, my lawyer. And now, my goddamn garter.
What do you expect? These days, you get little success. And it's not good riddance to the people who put you here.
There ain't no justice in the world. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nurse to that. Do you really think that I put you here so that you can listen to my radio? You know, people can write some very, very interesting thing when they think no one is looking.
Her diary. Oh, Mama.
Calls a rebuttal witness.
Oh, Val McKelly.
Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, so help you God.
And then so.
Have a seat.
Will you please state your name for the record?
Val McKelly.
Miss Kelly, will you please tell the court if the object I'm holding here is the one you happen to come upon in the defendant's jail cell?
Yes, it is.
I submit this as Exhibit X, Roxy Hart's diary.
Objection! My client has never kept a diary, and even if she did, this would be invasion of privacy, in violation of the Fourth Amendment, and illegal search without any warrant.
Yeah, and she broke the lock.
Order! Well, that actually settles that. I will allow it.
If you could read it for us, please.
I haven't worked in a while. What a laugh! Killing Fred Casely. The big baboon had it coming. I'm only sorry I only got to kill him once.
No, I didn't write that. She wrote it, she made that up.
Order!
But she made that up.
Please, Mr. Flynn, get control of your client.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, that won't happen again. Sit down, shut up. You're just making it worse.
I have no more questions.
Your witness, Mr. Flynn.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Kelly, did you make a deal with Mr. Harrison? Maybe to drop charges against you in exchange for testifying?
Well, sure. I'm not a complete idiot.
Since you gave such an impressive performance, maybe you do me the same honor.
I'd be delighted.
Thank you.
Fred Casely assured me he'd get me an audition down at the Onyx. Then he reneged on his pledge, and that was my motive for attacking him.
Pretty fancy way to say he's a big fat liar who welched on a deal, so I shot him. Amos accused me of having an affair, so I told him the charge was erroneous.
Objection, Your Honor! Mr. Flynn is twisting this evidence to draw conclusions that are specious and...
And erroneous?
Exactly!
Order!
Miss Kelly, do you know the meaning of the word perjury?
Yes, I do.
And do you also know it is a crime?
Yes.
For example, if it turns out that you knew that this diary was a fake, I'd hate thinking of you rotting away in prison for the next 10 years. Especially since you just won your freedom.
Look. All I know is what I was told.
Ah.
So you didn't find this diary in Roxy's cell?
No. Miss Morden gave it to me. She said someone had given it to her.
Someone. And do you have any idea who this mysterious benefactor might be?
No, she didn't know.
Okay, so let's see if we can work it out. Someone who writes about reneging on pledges and erroneous charges. Call me crazy, but doesn't that sound like a lawyer to you? A lawyer who had a sample of my client's handwriting. Mr. Harrison, didn't you ask Roxy to write out a confession?
Yes, but you are not suggesting I tampered with evidence, are you?
Oh no, don't be ridiculous. No, it's utterly and thoroughly absurd. But now that you mention it...
Your Honor, this is outrageous!
It's outrageous. To even suggest that the prosecutor would make a thief's bargain with Velma Kelly, then fabricate the very evidence, then set her free just so you can win another case and move one step closer to the governor mention. Why? It's simply beyond all imagining!
I will hold you in contempt!
It's not even conceivable. But if it were, would it be time to say, come clean, Mr. Harrison, come clean? Even in Chicago, this kind of corruption cannot stand, will not stand!
That's enough, Mr. Flynn.
I agree, Your Honor. It is enough. The defense rests.
This is Mary Sunshine coming to you live from the Cook County Courthouse. The city of Chicago has come to complete standstill as the trial of the century has finally come to a close. Mrs. Hart sits quietly at the defense table, hands folded, waiting to know what fate has in store for her. And now, a hush falls over the courtroom as the 12 men of the jury file slowly back to their seats.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
The jury has reached a verdict.
Will the defendant please rise? What is your verdict?
We, the jury, find the defendant
Not guilty! Not guilty! Extra news, read all of it. There you go, 50 cents. Not guilty! Roxy Hart is not guilty! Woo! Not guilty! Woo! She's not guilty with all about it. Not guilty! Have you heard of the news? There you go. Woohoo! Woohoo! She's innocent!
Come on, move it! First, she plugs the husband, then she kills the lawyer. Come on, move it!
Wait, no, come, don't you want my picture? I'm the famous Roxy Hart. What? They don't want my... What the hell happened? Billy, what the hell happened?
That Chicago kid. You cannot beat fresh blood on the walls.
But my publicity, my name in the papers, I was counting on that.
Oh, kids, your gratitude is overwhelming. I just saved your life.
Yeah, and you got $5,000. What do I get? I get nothing?
5? Actually, 10, once I collect from Velma.
I get nothing?
Oh, and don't forget your blessed diary. Hope you don't mind. I added a few erroneous phrases.
You?
Sorry, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't take a chance. I've never lost a case. You're a free woman, Roxy Hart. And God save Illinois.
Roxy.
What do you want?
I want you to come home. You said you still wanted to. And the baby.
Baby? What? Oh, jeez. Who do you take me for? There ain't no baby.
There ain't no baby.
They didn't even want my picture. Can't understand that. Why wouldn't they want my picture?